Coming Jonathan, dipping my hand in the beehive honey, red and purple scarlet like a mummy. Putting away all alien gods, crossing over Drashad, anointed by a dog, got shit blood on the flock. I'm 1/10 dog, high priests and kings, magistrates, assembly. Come get this elite ministry. But you know by me. Gathering intel, past decrees, gave us a lead. I was born in sin, not your tail put in. High position of making Yasharal great again. I got dividends, 2,000 camels, precious war oils in hand. Watched by 100,000 mighty men. I got 50 scribes, but not too many wives. Just enough to secure my Israelite kingdom line. Committing fingers and trouble tears. Everything solid gold from my floors to my chandeliers. I sleep on red velvet, silk robes, drinking cucumber water, transported from Jericho. Just in faces on edges and all. Commemorate on my chest plate, I replace King Saul. Yahweh should be on your first fruits and grains. Cut up your lambs, you may get rain. My daddy's name is Jesse. He planted me in dry land, knocked me out the sea of reeds. I walk on gold floors, silver for all my daughters, employed from my barrel takers in Salvador. My cherry's on call outside ready to roll high. I got this new rule 364 high. They know how I built the temple in the little Hebrew high. One sheets and he goes in the art by two like on the sea. Queen Cleopatra sponsored me. Spices on camels and coffee beans because unsurpassed wisdom was given to me. My stone is made of gold and ivory. You got to walk 6 steps to reach it, plus 2 lines person beside me. A high piece collecting sheets, cavalry on guard, summarizing blood the palm trees in the courtyard. I worship him alone. I put to death idolaters of sacrilege. I'm anointed by Yahweh. His name is heritage. Everything I say is spiritually inspired from the Father heaven sent. I'm not greedy, just want your first fruits at 10%. Listen, I'm not a prophet, just a king. Holding my fist up so you all nations can kiss my pinky ring. My rulership is everlasting. But unlike the president, I'm only humble living among my servants. In my kingdom, either you're all in or out, no in between. To prove your heart, I need 100 foot skins on Philistines. Everywhere I tread is my land inheritance. Because I crush idols, prescribe the booty to Yahweh every set. Honestly, if I catch a trespass in the law, moving boundaries, I'm getting a whole lot hanging on a tree. The law of the land, every Sabbath day weekly. The wind is chilling, get this weed with me. My royal closet full of linen turbans and breastplates. Scarlet and silk case, sandals made of rattlesnake. My shit is on call, outside ready to roll. I got infinite 364. Hey yo, how I built the tip of the no Hebrew? Well, shit, he goes in the art by 2 like I own a zoo. soon back. Just advertising real quick. TK Mafia. TK Mafia. This is a Hero Productions. Wow, 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 wow. Hold up, wait a minute. I'm about to put some tour in. Okay, why you think? I'ma show you how to walk. Alright, wait a minute. I'm about to put some tour in. Okay, why you think? I'ma show you how to walk. Alright, hold up, wait a minute. I'm about to put some tour in it. Come past, I promise you it ain't no spinach. Crossing over just out like I'm on my fitness high. No way, listen to me, it's something you do wrong to me. You can turn the cap 17. Whenever in a fight, till I'm stabbing right. Standing upright, made right like a captain tide. Giving hidden treasures, unlocking mysteries. Laughing at the wicked, gnashing teeth in purgatory. Songs that singing praises holy name. Not to the profane, you niggas like some notification. It's that dedication, and it's meditation. Only for the elect salvation. Born up getting and seeing from the very start. That I'm gathered to my fathers with people now blown out and hearts. Coming to do the heavens, that was for one drop. Dancing it like my name is Enoch. Only the holy mountain, Mr. Miss my wife. Stars are all children, that's the book of life. Now let's see my freedom, let my money trap me. Like that in Ecclesiastes. Raise a branch for all my folks. Offering winning, you think that requires like no pain. Cut through the breach like Freddy Krueger. Ahead of my time, forward than Methuselah. Hallelujah. Wait a minute. I'm about to put some tour in. Okay, why you think? I'ma show you how to walk. Alright, wait a minute. I'm about to put some tour in. Okay, why you think? I'ma show you how to walk. Alright, y'all leave me down, three dashes, keep my mouth sunny. Take my soul and looking honey. Yahweh, you know the sun, fishing up Yahweh. Take messages and strong bronze at fire. I'm missing the crossover. Then call Egypt roasted sheep. Top of the eternal Passover. You feel this song, I'll bring you how it leads us on direction. It's called the first resurrection. Yeah, you're gonna get this work from the God and drive on dirt. Mission new heaven and new earth. Adjacent to the plug line, 90 degrees horizontal to a window pane with more vertical than a broad chains. He passed judgment from the heavens above. He required roasted sheep that next to turtle. The light is center of our power, always on schedule. Star sign of times, room full of festivals. Surrounded by death, people evil fear from harm. I'm the hero of my right and left, I'm his right arm. The highest power of signs of one. In his hands, the earthquake speaks in the thunder. I'm his first one Messiah, until you bow my knee. He told me from a bush of fire. 30 days and nights, fasting, it was quite right. Till coming to the temple, more of lightning. It's great majesty, who makes his chariot smaller. All life is to make it, carry mountains on his shoulder. And they have the little water going loud. In the temple, spreading on a great crowd. Wait a minute, I'm about to put some tour in. Okay, why you think? I'ma show you how to walk. Alright, wait a minute, I'm about to put some tour in. Okay, why you think? I'ma show you how to walk. Alright. that light, boy. Get that light. What's going on,
What's buzzing, cousin? Game week.
Game week. Yes, sir. We try to get some more people.
Oh, I need a cut. Time for a cut.
Damn. What's happening, man?
Man, boy, I tell you, it's been one of those weeks, my brother. Been one of those weeks.
What you mean? What you mean?
This Notre Dame game. But hey, we got some good news came into the building. We got some good news on a week. We got to play a big opponent. I like that. That. What is it? Shambre Jackson.
Yes, sir.
Defensive end.
Yeah, we need him bad too.
They say he could be if he gained weight, he could probably end up being a defensive tackle or, just bulk up and, frame up and just keep him at defensive end.
What's up?
But we definitely needed that though, for real.
Yeah, we did. Big time. Let me put this up real quick. All right. We're going to get into it though. Let me put this back up. There we go.
Oh, they don't even know that they're going neither, so it's a surprise. They just went bowling. Now when they come back, they got to get right back out the house and go somewhere else.
Yes, sir. We're going to get into it real quick. I'm just getting everything straight. Welcome to another edition of Chief Osceola Smoke Session, y'all. What's up, Papa? What's up? Oh, it's Papa Smurf. Island Boy, Rose, Mike, Mir. We'll get into it. We got some information. Shambre Jackson news. Let's see. Got Facebook, which is Shambre Jackson. We'll get to the FSU defense first. What do you feel about the FSU defense? First, let's have a smoke.
Man, please join me. Please join me because I'm stressing.
What you stressing about?
Man, I need Gainer to be on defensive end. Until Fuller put him down in a defensive end spot, I am not going to be happy. I'm not. Ain't no reason why isn't he playing defensive end? That's my question. Why? What is the problem? You ain't getting no pressure from Janarius. You ain't getting no pressure from Kando. Mm-hmm. You surely ain't getting no pressure from Quayshawn Fuller. So why wouldn't you give him the opportunity of playing defensive end?
Right. There is, Alan Boyd said keep him at defensive end. Right. There is something going around that he's going to be more aggressive. I think Rose sent me a thing in the chat saying that Norvell made a tweet saying the defense is going to get more aggressive or something. We'll see. Because I haven't seen it. I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen any aggressiveness. I haven't seen any passion. Even the scheme looks funny. Like too much. They give him too much cushion. The same old kind of deal. So I don't know if it's a personnel thing. Is it they're not ready to take the next step? They're still learning the scheme, or is it just a bad scheme? I don't know which one it is. Do you think you have an answer?
I think he just don't want to be aggressive at this moment. I mean, you got Asante on the other end. He can play pretty much man to man, but I really would prefer Asante to be in the slot, take care of all slot receivers, only because of his height. That's just my opinion, only because of his height. But if you playing man to man on the outsides, then your front four, they need to tighten up and get to the quarterback. But if you ain't trying to use Gainer as a defensive end, then it's all for naught. So you just pretty much zoning and a bend don't break defense.
Yeah. And the bend don't break, it ain't working. That's
nah. Especially when you're giving up a whole lot of yards. And then when you're doing a bend and don't break defense, your offense definitely have to be putting up points. And it ain't guaranteed we have, another 40-point game like that. Especially with this gauntlet getting ready to happen. Notre Dame and North Carolina.
Same with Grace in that Notre Dame game. We're going to get to a little bit of preview. Yeah, Miko should be back, Island Boy. We're getting all that. I think he is back. So is what's his face should be back too. I don't know about Chubbo, but what's his face? Safety. Hamster. He should be back.
Ham. Yeah, Ham need to hurry up. We need Ham bad.
Yeah, we need him bad. Yeah, we do. He must be dying. He must be sick that he didn't get to play in the Miami game. I know he's sick. But that's all right. What else? Notre Dame, I'm not too worried about the passing game. We'll go more in depth into that. It's more about their running game. They're gonna try and pound us and ball control and pound us out the stadium. That's what they're gonna try and do, which is a good thing because all we gotta do is stop the run. Offense, I believe our offense gonna be able to take care of their own now. I like what Jordan Travis turned into. But speaking on the deep, go ahead.
If they go pounding ground, then that means them linebackers really need to do a whole lot better than what they've been doing. Because Notre Dame don't have no small running backs. Them boys is big, 6 foot and better, 200-something pounds. So I need Lundy if he go play. I need Diggs. He need to tighten up. But I did see Deloach last game. He's been getting some reps too at linebacker. Warner, he need to find the right gap to hit. He's missing a lot of tackles. And I saw some tape, man, on Corey Dundon. Dirty, man, he was being moved out of the way by a tight end.
Oh, damn. We didn't have a good. What's his face look good? Lundy at the fullback was busting.
Oh, yeah. They're going to have a lot more of him because they said Marv was like, man, hey, Lundy, these young cats are earning their time. So let them play.
Was that Lundy that tore Philly open that one play that he scored on? Was that Lundy? See?
Yeah.
See?
I think he went 45 or 46, one of the two.
That hole was big, bro. That's what was missing when Isaiah Wilson got hurt. That big tight end, when he got hurt, that's what set us back big time. That set us back because we ain't have nobody. But Lundy, luckily, Norvell's all about playing. He'll play you if you fit in this position, he'll put you there. He'll move people around. I like that. At least he tried. He's trying. See?
And I hope we could get Wren to give me a kick return or punt return tomorrow.
I want Corey Wren back there. I don't know what we waiting on.
Hilton doing pretty good. He's giving us some yards. But if you put another person with just a little bit more speed, they can pretty much break. Take it down to the 40 or 30-yard line or maybe even score.
Yeah. This is Jason Staples. He got a new channel. He's a Florida State, expert guy. And he's talking about defense here. I haven't watched this yet. What's up, Shannon? Go Noles. You damn right. Let's check this out.
Wondering what's been wrong with Florida State's defense.
Hold on, let me put this up.
That might be the play that I'm talking about on Dirt and how he just get moved out the way.
Maybe.
I think these two clips should pretty much sum it up for you. So what I want you to do is I want you to focus on these matchups right here. So it's going to be Brevin Jordan at tight end against a defensive tackle for Florida State.
Yep.
That has inside leverage here. So Miami's going to run on the inside here. Defensive tackle should win against a tight end every time. Should absolutely.
Yeah, you're right. You called it. Yeah, it's the one you see.
Especially when you already
have you seen this one?
Now,
Nah,
watch what happens. Forward.
I probably did, but I forgot about it on purpose. Like not on purpose, but like subconsciously, I probably don't want to remember this game. So, so I probably remember it, but my brain's like, no, you don't need to remember this.
How you let a tight end turn you to the sideline?
Not only gets a stalemate here, actually wins. He's able to turn his hips and push.
Oh, so number nine doing that.
Tackle.
Top right, yeah. How you let him do that? And you, what's that, third, maybe 4th and 1? How you let a tight end do that?
It's a tackle. Now, if you want to know what this should look like,
he bigger than that dude.
Another example.
A whole lot.
Yeah.
In this case, an outside linebacker.
Dirty looks soft,
for North Carolina, who plays basically the box position in Florida State's defense. And then again, Brevin Jordan is right here.
Same different team.
Outside linebacker who's about 255 pounds as opposed to a 315-pound defensive tackle. But let's go ahead and take a look at what happens when he goes up against Jordan.
He blew him up.
Hell yeah! Put him in the back of the running back's head.
Tight end blocks a defensive lineman.
Why defensive line so soft, man?
Stand up outside linebacker, edge player, let alone a defensive tackle.
So it's not all about the stars, man. It's about what you got up in here in your chest. Every down means something.
The fans crying about 3 stars. We should be trying to get 2 stars the way our 4 and 5 stars been playing. Fans crying about recruiting rankings. We had to get them 4 and 5 star, all them busts we got.
Dion said the same thing. Somebody interviewed him this weekend, and they asked him what's going on with Florida State. They say people trying to get them 4 and 5 stars instead of looking at a person's heart and seeing what they're capable of doing. Don't always look at the stars, man.
That was Jimbo Fisher started that mess, man. He wasn't even going to people. He was doing it on some online thing, on like watching huddle videos, and he wasn't even beating people because he got on that high horse. He was so high up. He was getting these top classes. He wasn't even like really doing it like that. He was just looking at it was a business. It's just a business. I want a kid that can run. I listened to one podcast. Jimbo's told the people like this, his scouting team. He's like this. I want a dude. Like say for example, a wide receiver. He don't care what the kid name is. He don't even give a damn about the background. He got a bulletin board on the wall, so he'll have like receivers, and this is what he requires and tell his recruiters. I want him to be this tall. I want him to run at least 4.4 speed. I want this and that and this and that. As long as they tick all the boxes, they go after the kid. That's it. That was it. It was a business. That's all it was. And that's why we had so much trouble with like these, especially with quarterbacks. They're punching girls out and smoking weed and you know what I'm saying, getting caught doing all types of stuff. So that's been a big issue at Florida State, man, with the culture.
And I forgot in 2014 we had Everett Golston.
Yeah.
And that's right after we won the national championship. So I appreciate Everett coming in and, doing his thing, but you should have had a quarterback in waiting after that 2013 national championship. You should have had to go and pick up Everett.
Right. What's up, Frank Abel? Shannon. She say Georgia Tech lost, Miami lost. Okay.
5-5 is not acceptable, Frank. I love you dearly, but no. We better than 5-5. I ain't trying to miss another bowl game. You got to get that streak back going.
What's up, Rose? Yeah, you got to get it going, man. But yeah, that's it on that. Let's see. I got some more stuff. I always do.
But you notice something every time somebody leaves.
Mm-hmm.
Every time somebody leaves, we end up getting a recruit to replace that person.
Yep. I know, right?
So yeah. I guess when somebody leaves, it's not really that bad.
Right.
Because a plan B is in effect.
Yep. Roster turnover. We turn over the roster. That's all. Let's see.
But with Notre Dame having 3 weeks off, don't let them. Fuller have to put pressure on a team that has not played in 3 weeks. You cannot let Notre Dame just sit back and just do their rhythm. You can't do that. You got to make them work for everything, especially that quarterback. You got to make them work. You've been off 3 weeks.
Right.
So we do got the advantage just in that. So.
And talking in your ear.
Go ahead.
No, you good.
No, we got. I was thinking the other day. We got to take advantage of that. We got to take advantage of them being out of sync. All right, let's see. Let's see what these people got. A little Notre Dame preview in here as well. We'll get into some information.
It wasn't really a column, and it's not really something. I want to put it this way: there were some metrics there that pointed out that Jordan Travis was very good.
There were some interesting.
Yeah. The stats are saying that he passes that went 20 yards or more downfield this past week against an FCS opponent, just qualified there, Jacksonville State. He completed 4 of 6 for, I can't remember the exact yards off the top of my head, but the passer rating was almost like 300 points. Like, it was an insane passer rating when he went deep. And what I really, though, wanted to do was get the quotes from Kenny Dillingham and Mike Norvell out there with them talking about Jordan finding some confidence with his arm strength, basically saying like that he had been hearing how, I don't know if it was our website or just fans on Twitter or whatever, about people saying, can he throw? Can he not throw? We don't know. And Kenny Dillingham comes out and says like it was comical to him to think that people said he couldn't throw. So I at least wanted to get their perspective, their words out there. I don't want to say I'm entirely bought in on Jordan Travis as a consistent passer yet. I am much more optimistic after watching and rewatching the game last week. Obviously, I think most people are, but yeah, I think it's interesting to see the coaches kind of, I don't know, you were the quotes, Josh. Would you say they're gassing him up a little bit? Like they're going all in on Jordan, it seems, as a passer.
Yeah, and I think they have to going into this game. I mean, he's the only one that has shown the ability to light a spark on the offense. I know Tate Rodemaker didn't get a whole lot of playing time in the last game, but look, he got the start, and let's just say he didn't make the most of that opportunity. You know, throwing the pick six kind of ended his day, I think.
Yeah, that's fair to say he didn't make the most of it. He struggled.
Yeah, he struggled. So I think they got to gas up Jordan Travis heading into this game. Whether or not it's going to be fruitful, who cares? You got to give the kid some confidence. He did some really good things in the game against Jacksonville State where he got a little bit out of his comfort zone by throwing the football. So hopefully he builds on that this week.
All right, so let's go into the Notre Dame.
I still will play both of them.
Notre Dame, but Chris,
yeah,
we're on
too.
the subject of Jordan Travis. I know you've been kind of kicking around some ideas on what you want to write about Jordan Travis this week. You've been asking questions about it. The offense, what do you think it's going to look like with him at the helm, with him being QB1?
I think the goal is going to be run the ball, be ball control heavy, have him infused in the running attack, and take your shots when your shots are presented. I mean, they pushed it down the field 6 times last week against Jacksonville State, a second-level defensive backfield. This week they're facing a high-level defensive backfield with a guy like Kyle Hamilton back there roaming around. So I think you got to be very selective on when you try to challenge them vertically.
That's one thing that I want to caution listeners against with Jordan Travis and the numbers
He's outside, I tell you that.
With him being so proficient with the deep shots. It was against an FCS secondary. I don't think I have to keep harping on that point. But there was a throw to like Keyshawn Helton that was a little underthrown. That could be dangerous against a more competent secondary. So that's something that we're going to have to kind of wait and see for this weekend. I think it's going to be really telling about what FSU has going forward, win or lose, if Jordan can at least consistently apply. Make you feel better moving forward.
I'm laughing at Island Boy.
Pretty athletic defensive front, and they're going to be aggressive in the way they attack you. They're going to try to change their fronts, go some 3-4 stuff. How he does when the pressure comes and whether he changes his habits with his footwork is something that they've really worked hard on. He did a really nice job.
Drew Thompson was looking pretty good last week, too.
And with this,
I heard.
There's going to be a huge league competition. Let's take a look at Notre Dame.
We can be consistent, though.
What are they ranked currently, Chris?
Here's Notre Dame.
5 in the country.
5? Oh, my. They're top 10 in multiple categories on defense, yards per play, passer rating allowed. I mean, this is a really very good defense. The personnel we'll get to in a second on offense is very complete. And when you think of a Notre Dame offense, it kind of fits.
Hit the like, people. Hit the like.
Point spread last night,
was 20.5 points. It was taken off the board for a few days. The odds makers had it taken down because there's about 11 players or so that are quarantining right now, and they don't know who those players are. Chris,
Who quarantine? Notre Dame?
COVID, and that's going to be a factor in this game because of the loss that we played since the middle of September.
Right.
Some of the they gonna get into it. Some of the players are. Some of the, not the starters though. I think like none of the starters really. They gonna get into it.
Yeah, last affair was USF. They won, I believe, 52-0, if I remember correctly.
Notre Dame.
And since then, they've been
Notre Dame hasn't had a
They were
game in
supposed to play
3
Wake
weeks.
Forest that game.
They haven't had a game in 3 weeks. So basically, they're looking at how they look the first 2 games, and they saying that they're gonna beat us. That's it. And they rank number 5, which is really insanely overrated to me.
Well,
they struggle
because they Notre Dame. That's it.
That's it. They struggled with Duke. First week, they struggled with Duke. I know we lost to Georgia Tech, but to say that like they're like 3 touchdown favorites over us is kind of absurd. So we'll see.
Postponed to December. Then they had their bye week, and now we're here. So it's been 21 days since their last game when they took the field on Saturday.
That's going to be an interesting element to watch for this game because that is so much off time. We don't know how much rest.
They're going to be sloppy as hell. We can take
plays to
advantage.
FSU's advantage. All right, Chris, you did the 2-4-7. I'm going to ask you to kind of recap that and maybe just go over some of the personnel for Notre Dame and based on the research you've done, what stands out about the Fighting Irish this year?
Well, I think the thing about Notre Dame that's going to help them weather the storm of rust and being down for a few weeks is the fact that they arguably have one of the best offensive lines in the country. It's a very experienced group. They got 3 seniors,
And that's going to be
a redshirt junior, and then a redshirt sophomore. That's what you're looking.
And that's what's going to be. That's what's going to give us the issue. They got a really big offensive line, really physical. So that's the reason why we're the underdogs. I'm assuming, but I feel that we can pull an upset if our offense can somehow keep that momentum, keep that confidence in them and growth. And see if we took that next step, we'll give Notre Dame a fight for their life. If our offense show up, if our defense, all defense really got to do is stop the running game, but the offensive line will weigh you down.
At 3 weeks, no playing ball, it could be a lot of fatigue on that side.
Yeah, sloppiness, timing, everything.
Be tired. You can't keep up with the speed that's going on the field. We need some oxygen, coach. I need some oxygen.
But we got to bring it like that too, though. We can't be like, expect them. We got to bring it to them like that.
True.
Energy.
That's why I say you scored 5 possessions straight.
Mm-hmm.
5 possessions straight. So take that same momentum into Notre Dame with the team that ain't played in 3 weeks. Don't be trying to figure them out. But, of course, you got to do that. But at the same time, make sure you go and get yours. Get yours first as much as you can because you're going to need a whole lot of points. Damn, Mike did it like that. Man, you got to chop that thing up for Mike, man. Chop that thing up. I need that beat.
Thanks, Mike. I appreciate it, Mike.
Sorry about the bench. We got to pause you for a minute, bitch.
Let's go.
It's that week. It's that game week time.
What chance? Let me turn it up. Let me get my sound right first. Turn it up.
We coming to you, Mike. We coming. We got you. He wasn't expecting that to pop off that early.
I got something to say. Here we go.
Yeah.
No blood wrong. Wave your hand up and down like a seesaw.
We climbing the ladder, baby. We climbing. Shoot the ladder, baby.
We Notre Dame. Well, I can't stand Notre Dame. I can't stand the arrogant ass fans. No blood wrong. Top it up. Wave it up and down like a seesaw. Let's go.
Feel the spill, baby. Feel the spill.
Hey, I can't stand Notre Dame. I can't stand them.
I can't stand the arrogant fans. I can't stand the fact they think that Jesus is living in a stadium. I can't stand that lame ass shit. I can't stand that ugly baby poo-poo colored domes. I can't stand a lame ass leprechaun mascot, the stupid culture. I can't stand ugly women. I can't stand nothing about Notre Dame. They ugly ass women covering up because they got bad bodies, pretending they cold. No, y'all ain't fooling me. Like, I know y'all ugly. Y'all ain't getting me. I know the white girls in Florida. I know where I grew up. It could be 0 degrees outside. Them white girls got on little shorts. And you ain't fooling me. Notre Dame, y'all women ugly. I can't stand Notre Dame, y'all.
Body blow, body blow, body blow, uppercut, uppercut.
Why they so arrogant? They ain't been relevant since 1942. Like, why they so? I'm just saying. Really? I don't get it. I don't get why we so heavily underrated. How? They haven't played in 3 weeks. Oh, they got Jesus. They got Jesus. Y'all ain't got SpongeBob, bitch.
You know they still pissed off from 2014, though. You know that.
I don't care. Good. They ain't gonna never get over that. They ain't gonna never get over that.
That was a good call. That was a correct call. That's not our fault.
Hey, it was a double whammy. It's a double whammy on Notre Dame, and I'll tell you why. It's a double whammy. Check this out. Ronald Darby. I don't know if any of y'all remember this. I'm gonna get back to the information real quick. Yeah. Okay. All right. Lady bye. All right. Ronald Darby. He was supposed to go to Notre Dame. This was the year before the national championship run. He was supposed to go to Notre Dame. We flipped him. The fans were sick, and I was giving them holy hell too. I was going, you know how I do fans, other fan bases, and I was giving them hell. And not only did Ronald Darby did we get a national championship with getting them, we beat their ass with him when we was on that run in 2014. And that was the biggest reason. It was that. It was that. Because Notre Dame don't really deal with outside noise, which is pretty kind of smart. I don't like the fans are arrogant for some reason, but it is kind of smart. They only deal with stuff they care about, and that's all it is. Like they blew us out. They blew us out the game after that, but they don't care about that game because they were supposed to beat us. You know what I'm saying? They want that national, because nobody's going to remember that game. Nobody's going to remember that. Everybody's going to remember the 2014. It's a time. It's like a time stamp. Jameis Winston, Florida State's relevant. The last time we're relevant. You know what I'm saying? It's a time stamp. The other one, the last one, don't really mean that. Just like this one. This one ain't gonna mean nothing either. But neither of us.
It means more to them than it does to us.
I don't even know if they're really relevant though. Are they really just number 5 in the
They're only relevant because of the name of Notre Dame.
And it's the coronavirus year too, though, so it got to be an asterisk. Dang. Right. Even when the guy said Notre Dame is number 5, did you hear how he reacted? He was like, "Ooh, wow, really? Oh." You saw how he was laughing. You saw that? Did you hear him?
Yeah, I caught that.
He was laughing like, "This ain't, man, that's overrated." Anyway, let's get back to it. Thanks, Mike. Bits of information. We got to win tomorrow.
Starting 5. Those guys are obviously going to block it up very well. They can run the ball effectively with Kyron Williams. Chris Tyree's a dynamic second running back for them in that attack. And then they have a guy like Sibo Flemmeister, who's also a very talented back. So they've got kind of a 1-2-3 attack at running back position. They got a couple receivers back. Kevin Austin, who's been down for much of the last year plus. And then They got Ben Skowronek, I guess is how you pronounce his last name. He's also back. He's an additional piece at wide receiver. Their wide receiver group is talented. I wouldn't call them explosive and special, but they're good at doing their job. They're going to handle it well. They are very good at the tight end position.
Blocking.
Tommy Tremble,
They're
Brock
blocking
Wright, both
receivers.
very talented guys at that
That's what
spot.
he just said.
Obviously, at quarterback, Ian Book's a pretty dynamic guy. He can get it done with his arm. He can get it done with his legs. So the offense is very well-rounded.
It's
very
rounded,
well put
Notre
together. They can
Dame.
control the line of scrimmage. They can establish your run, definitely keep you off balance.
Same old Notre
They've got a
Dame.
quarterback who can certainly make you pay in the passing game when you make a mistake.
Right.
Defensively, I think FSC's going to have massive issues with their defensive line. They're extremely talented up front. You know, Isaiah Foskey's a guy who is a reserve essentially for him at this point on the defensive line, but he leads them in sacks and tackles for loss. That just speaks to the depth and talent of their defensive line and what they can get done. And I love their secondary led by Kyle Hamilton. I think Kyle Hamilton is the second or third best safety in the ACC. Obviously, I love Hampson Nazarene.
But goddamn,
because
they got 3 weeks of rust. We gotta jump on them. Right away. We gotta jump on them. They got 3 weeks of rust. We gotta jump on them.
I like that score, Grant. That's not bad, Grant.
We gotta jump on them. We gotta jump on them.
But I give Notre Dame 17, though. I give them 17. 17, maybe 20.
Hit that like, people. Hit that like.
ACC team, because we weren't sure how long he would be out for. Instead, I put Kyle Hamilton. That's how highly I think of Kyle Hamilton. Those two and Paris Ford are 3 guys in the league that I think are
let me turn this up for y'all. I don't know if y'all can hear.
Hamilton just gets it done. Very talented kid from Georgia, the University of
really want them. They don't miss a lot on DB, so that kind of speaks to his level of talent. And then they got a really experienced, talented linebacker group. Jeremiah Owusu-Karamoah. He's a very, very talented redshirt junior. He kind of makes that group go, but he's not the only one. Drew White's your prototypical Notre Dame tackle-getting linebacker. So they're a well-rounded bunch. They don't make very many mistakes. They don't get penalized a ton. They're well-coached. Brian Kelly knows what he's doing. They're excellent on the line of scrimmage on both sides of the ball. You know, they don't give up a lot of points. I think they've given up 30 or more once since the beginning of 3 seasons ago. Yeah, so they're not the kind of team you look at and you go, man, you can attack this or that. There are things you can do. You can try to get on a perimeter with them. You try to use speed. But this isn't your old slow lugging Notre Dame. They're a pretty athletic bunch overall. So I think it's going to be a very tall task for FSU. I think they're facing probably the second most well-rounded team in the ACC.
I went back and rewatched before the podcast this morning. I went back and rewatched Notre Dame versus Duke in the opener.
Okay. You can discuss what you just said up there, man, while I get to the next spot.
I don't think Warren gonna get any more clock because he ain't consistent.
Warren, Pokey gonna take that spot because he's already. It was him, Tamari, and Terry. It was him or Tamari and Terry on that roster, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, you know Terry going to keep the 1 spot. He's going to keep that. It just all depends on who's going to be that number 2.
Pokey. I always like Pokey anyway. But everybody, go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, everybody was gassing up Warren Thompson, so that's why I went Warren Thompson. But I should have just went with my heart. I should have went with what I thought. But I went with the fan base. Everybody was saying Warren Thompson. So I'm like, okay, Warren Thompson. But inside, I always thought Pokey Wilson was our best receiver. Every best overall receiver.
He shows up every game.
Every game, yeah. Every coach that he's played under every coach. Every coach he's made the roster. Every coach. We've been through 3 coaches, and the one thing, the one connecting factor has been Pokey Wilson.
Now you know Pokey and him went to the same high school.
Yeah. And Travis?
No, I'm talking about him and Tamarion. Pokey and Tamarion came from the same school, same high school, same time. They came in together.
Yeah, man. So I always say he's the best overall receiver. I'm talking about catching, speed, everything.
I would give him that.
He ain't top heavy like Tamari Terry with speed, but I'm talking about average. If you combine everything a receiver needs, blocking, route running, everything except catching, and I think he got the best hands on the squad too. It'll probably be between him and Helton, but still, damn. best hands. So, bro, we got to go with Pokey. Pokey got to get more. He just couldn't stay healthy. That was the problem with him.
And I need to see another tight end emerge besides McDonald.
Yeah. It's kind of rough because Isaiah Wilson got hurt. And the other guy's a walk-on. I think it's kind of a tall task for him, that walk-on guy. I haven't seen
Who is the number 2 tight end? I mean, I know you got Boatwright and Rector, right? That's the only 2?
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe Boatwright. I don't know who's been getting more playing time. I don't even know.
I mean, McDonald been getting all the reps, but we need another number 2 tight end. We need another tight end to step up for real.
I think the number 2 tight end kind of correlates with the fullback. How did he be using them? Like Lundy. Like Lundy probably won't ever go out for a pass, but he can block at that position. You know what I mean?
True.
It's like a plug and pop. I think Lundy's actually you can kind of the tight end and the fullback aren't. If you look at their size and what they do on the field, it really ain't no difference. What's the difference? You go out for short passes. I mean, you block an extra block on the line. You block for the running back. You know what I'm saying? It ain't much different between the 2.
Mm-hmm.
Except the fullbacks run the ball. Tight ends don't run the ball, but they do everything exactly the same except the fullback will run for 1 yard. You know what I'm saying? It ain't much difference between the 2. I love the fullback position. I miss it. I miss it with what's that guy that got the podcast show now?
Freddie.
Oh, that dude! I remember the first time I saw when he caught that touchdown in the championship game. I'm like, bro, it wasn't nobody with. I'm like, who go?
No. That wasn't Freddie. That wasn't Freddie. That was Abram.
Oh, my bad.
Big number 41. But he played the same position though.
My bad. I'm like, who gonna tackle this beast? Who gonna go there? I ain't going near that.
But Freddie will lay you on your ass though.
Yeah.
Freddie did not mind blocking at all.
I thought it was Freddie. So we had okay. He played with Jack. Did Freddie play with Jameis though?
Yeah.
Okay.
But that national championship game you're talking about was number 41, Abram. That was a big dude though. That dude was huge.
Yeah, he was scary. He moved good too. He was fast too. He had good speed. I ain't saying he like a 4-4, but goodness gracious, fast enough.
All we needed was 10 yards. Give me a left, give me a right, and dive into the end zone, and we good.
Right, and hands too. He caught that thing.
The defense numbers are impressive. Where could you attack Notre Dame? I'm with you, Chris. Like I don't know whether there's a good option on that defense. I don't know what presents itself as like, okay, you can have some success here. Chase Bryce did well pushing the ball a little bit and hitting some crossing patterns, but it wasn't consistent. Like they don't give up anything consistently. I think that's what makes them so good.
Yeah, it's for me, it's the kind of thing where if you do find early success, I don't think.
Oh, let me fast forward.
Jordan Travis guy's going to be something and going to get us where we need to be. And there's another half that's like, oh, Notre Dame's going to score us.
Yeah, but I think when you look on the inside, like you're saying, people want to just see some changes being made, and I think Mike Norvell's doing that. Of course, you can't just flip an entire roster in the couple months that he's been here, so it's going to happen over time. Most recently, we saw Cyrus Fagan put his name in the portal and be removed from the roster. But like you said, we saw Dante Lucas sit. We've seen there's some stuff going on with Tamari and Terry, maybe against the Miami game where he didn't get in at times. They talked about an injury there. But Mike Norvell has kind of had to, I don't want to say win back, just win over this locker room. Really,
I would say take over, not take over. Like
take over. Maybe that's what's happening.
I think there was some control exerted the past couple of days. Is that where you're going, Josh? Because that's how I would describe it. I don't think win over is what he's doing. I think he's like laying down the law a little bit.
Yeah, I think that would probably be a better way to say it. Everybody just assumes that when a new coach gets here, the players buy in because that's what they say. Everybody says that they're buying in and all that. But we saw between the multiple player revolts in the offseason and just guys flying off the handle on social media and voicing their opinions. We saw that it kind of needed to be reined in. And you can't just walk in and say, okay, everybody listen to me, this is how it's going to go. Just in real life, it doesn't work like that. Not everybody truly buys in right away. And you do need to kind of purge the roster a little bit. And Willie Taggart spoke about doing that, but we never really saw the action behind it. And with Mike Norvell, we're kind of seeing that take place right now.
I'll answer your actual original question about the fan base's temperature. I would say it's a mixed bag. There's some that are very optimistic about what Jordan Travis brings to the table and think he is the answer. There's some who think Jacksonville State is Jacksonville State and you can't put too much weight into it. And I think the thing that I've been most pleased with is we've seen a healthy gravitation even on a message board, which is the land of fanatics, and that's not a knock. That's just what it is, of people that fully understand.
Shout out to the fanatics.
You pay our bills. We're not talking shit about you.
This is a full-blown rebuild, and it's going to take time, and that's why we're seeing roster turnover. That's why we're seeing a youth movement. That's why we're seeing, Coach that on Wednesday was very much direct about what his team did in practice. We saw the talk of we're playing a lot of guys on defense because guys aren't stepping up more than anything. That's the main reason you're seeing so many guys. It's not because we're trying to play 40 guys or 25 guys. I think the number's more around 25. It's because we're trying to find guys to step up. We need guys to make plays. And
I heard Norvell say that too. He said nobody don't want the job yet, so I'm gonna keep switching them out.
for certain positions.
Yeah, because they asked him, why are you constantly switching players in and out? He's like, I'm waiting for somebody to step up and say, this is my job, where I don't have to take them back out.
Wow.
Until then, I got to keep switching them out until somebody decides that they want the job.
That's telling. That's
I think it has sunk in for a lot of people in the fan base, and it's going to take time. They got to get drastically better. They got to recruit better, and they put together 6 touchdown drives in a 7-drive span, including 5 in a row. And in the third quarter, they looked like a real football team for the first time in this Miami game, where it was clear adversity punched them in the face again. They wilted and they laid down and played dead.
There are 2 points that I want to get to based on what you said, Chris. The first, let's talk about the defensive side of the ball and confidence. Did you catch Mike Norvell's comments? I think it was Monday. He said, essentially, we need our best players to play the best games. I took that. I absorbed that as Marvin Wilson, Corey Durden, in general, J-Rob, Joshua Kando. Like, this is where you start making your money against that offensive line. If you want to turn it around, you at least have to show a pulse here.
And I thought the defensive comments about playing so many guys, but we really need guys to step up was a further reiteration of that. Yeah.
What's up, Jay Gunner?
He echoed what Adam Fuller said. I wonder when Adam said that, I was like talking out of school a little bit. Nope. Norvell came back and said the exact same thing the next day.
I mean, that's the point they're at. They're 4 games into a season, and they've got some guys who have NFL aspirations and want to be high draft picks. It's time for them to play like it. And if they play like it, FSU will be a better football team. I think it's very matter of fact, and truthfully, I'm happy that we have a coach that will now just be straightforward about it. And if he needs to put people on blast in a somewhat politically based, calm manner, then hell, do it. Like, I'm all for it. Don't coddle. They're not here to be baby. Marvin Wilson needs to play better football. Tamorian Terry, and I know he's been banged up, needs to play better football. He has in the last 2 weeks, and for that reason, he got praised by his head coach yesterday, singled out and praised.
They pushed him and he responded, which is really, really encouraging. I know the sample size is 1 game in Jacksonville State, but that was encouraging. He got pushed and responded. It's good stuff.
I like that Norvell's fairly direct about stuff outside of injuries. Obviously, no coach on earth seems to like to talk about injuries, and he certainly doesn't. But it is a positive that you have to be direct with a football team who's not very good. What's the difference? If you're not direct with them, they're probably still going to lose. If you're direct with them, maybe you break through and get better. Like, to me, I don't see a negative in essentially putting guys kind of on the spot in a manner like that. And
some people would say, recruiting and stuff, but like if they're not winning games, he's not getting.
But he's not doing it. It's not just him messaging to us. I'm pretty confident that's happening in practice. That's happening in conversations with the team. in recruiting, I think guys are going to get a pretty sensible feel that Mike Norvell is a fairly direct human being. He's not going to lie to you. He's going to tell you what his thoughts are on the subject, and he's going to make sure he chooses his words wisely, and he's very direct with them. That's good. I think long-term, the benefit of that is positive. And right now, FSU is not about short-term goals. They're about long-term solutions.
All right, let me fast forward real quick. We're almost done with this.
It shows Norvell having an understanding of, like, you have to push the right buttons. Everyone responds to different things, obviously differently. And Dante.
Let me go to 31. Yeah, Dante Lucas, I didn't notice. Dante Lucas was suspended last game. He didn't play.
Well, you remember what happened that game against Jacksonville State? Those personal fouls he kept getting.
I don't think Dante Lucas dressed out, but he didn't play. He didn't play, right?
No, he didn't play, but he got some crazy penalties the game before.
Oh, you said because you said Jacksonville State. That's what I was like. He didn't play that game. You mean Miami?
Yeah. He got a lot of personal foul calls. So I'm thinking that's probably where it stemmed from. You got to keep your composure, man, no matter what.
Yeah, the coaches didn't let him play at all. Yep. And they know how much he loved football, so they knew that's going to work by punishing him. And they didn't need him for this game anyway, so that's a perfect time. Oh, well, Dante Lucas is the only one on our squad that seemed like he got fired, so we need him always playing. So please, Dante, get it together.
By the time you're listening to this podcast, this portion may be irrelevant. Let's talk about 4-star defensive lineman from Orlando Boone High School, Shambre Jackson. Zach Blostein dropped a Blostein bomb, a blom, as Trey Rowland likes to call it, on our message board last night that Shambre was leaning towards making a commitment.
Okay, so we already know about Shambre.
Well, today, I should say.
We're going to get the Shambre highlights. We'll get the Shambre highlights at the end. Just because everybody's showing them everywhere by now. So
finishes plays extremely well, so I think he'd be a welcome added addition.
This is just recruiting. This is just recruiting. I got a whole segment for recruiting when we're done with this. What's up?
It was between Alabama and us. Those was his last two choices.
We've been winning a couple of Alabama battles. We ain't been losing them all like the media be trying to say. We ain't been losing them all. Akeem Dent was an Alabama-Florida State battle. What's that one nobody liked, that defensive end that we got nobody liked? He was an Alabama-Florida State battle. What's his face? Forgot his name.
Is he there now?
Yeah, the one backing up Kando. Who's Kando's backup?
Ooh, hold on. Let me peek in and see.
With the dreads. Anybody know in the chat?
Come on, Quayshawn?
Yeah, Quayshawn Fuller was an Alabama guy. Like, they wanted him.
Quayshawn has not showed me nothing.
He was an Alabama battle. High 4-star blue chip. See? Akeem Dent. What Akeem Dent showed. He ain't really showing much either. And he's Akeem Dent on many boards is the number one cornerback in the country. On many boards when he got recruited. Top, number one, best in the nation. Guaranteed, first round draft pick. All that pressure. All that. So he ain't showing nothing either. That's what I'm saying. We got to start looking at, forget stars, man. Forget that. Let Norvell just do what he do. Just let Norvell do what he do, man. Forget all that crying about dudes that ain't the right number of stars. Forget all that. That ain't working for us. But Jimbo proved that. That don't work. Clemson don't go out there just looking for 4 and 5s. They ain't that stupid. They look for people that match their system. They ain't worried about that. I think Taggart messed up getting Woodby. Woodby seemed like he don't even fit us. He was a 5. He just a 5-star though. We got to get out of that 5-star crap. We need some nasty 2-stars from Florida. That's what we need. A bunch of nasty, gritty 2-stars. And we'll be just fine. And get a couple blue chips. Like we already got a couple. Brandon Jennings. We got a few. Shambre Jackson now. We already got a couple. We need some dogs, man.
Well, you a 5-star, 4-star. You so used to everything that's being given to you, so you feel like you're gonna go to the next school and be this guy. No, you
Yeah.
still have to work. You still gotta work. So them
Yeah.
3 stars and them 2 stars, they like, man, I ain't getting no love in high school. I feel to come here and try to show out. They got more, they got more hunger because they ain't eat yet.
Right. All right. No cash. We get a little bit of this, and then we'll get into recruiting. After this, and we'll get into just recruiting. So listen a little bit of this, and then recruiting.
He is one of the guy is able to get pressure without over blitzing, and does a really nice job for them. I'm not going to sugarcoat this, guys. Notre Dame is one of the best defenses in the country. 10 of their 11 starters are seniors or graduate level players. Notre Dame does this weird thing where they list on the depth chart instead of your playing year, your year in school. I think them and Stanford also do this. It's quite annoying. But basically, 10 out of 11 guys on Notre Dame's depth chart have at least 3 or 4 years in the program. And so that's not a great sign for FSU's kind of developing offense, if you will. The defensive line is all seniors or graduate players, and they all have good size. Their defensive ends are about 270, so they're pretty good at setting the edge. That's going to be something to watch for here in this ball game as FSU tries to run some of their inside zone and counter stuff. We'll see how well the tackles and tight ends hold up on the edge. The tight end play, blocking-wise, this year for FSU has really not been much of a strength, but that's something we kind of expect going in. After UCLA transfer tight end Jordan Wilson went down for the season. 2 key names to know here. All right. First is Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. I know it's a mouthful, but I've had to say it a couple times on the Barton and Bud podcast. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, he's like their safety linebacker hybrid.
He sounds like a Polynesian.
Probably so.
God dang, they big as hell too. I know about Paul. They like to rough it up. They like us. They like to pop and get in the dirt. They like us. They like as far as that go. They love that. They got rugby over here. There's some big mean boys. So yeah. So Notre Dame be coming with that, huh? So they big as hell. They're just big. Notre Dame always come with that. They just big in the trenches. But speed, they'll be lacking on speed. They'll be lacking on speed.
Get them tired. Get them tired.
Get them tired.
3 weeks of not playing ball.
Yeah.
Game ball, playing in a true game, the speed is totally different. Get them tired. Get them tired. You got all them COVID scenarios going on. Get them tired. Get them boys tired. Keep it close. So in the fourth quarter, third quarter, we could break away.
Yep. They done. Gassed out. Right. We got to jump on them. Even one of the Notre Dame experts, so-called experts, he said something to that, something along those lines. He said, if Notre Dame jumps, if we jump on them first, it's over. He said, we jump on them, 2 touchdowns. Something like that. He said, Florida State, you have to score first. That's what the guy, Notre Dame guy said. He said, y'all score first. He said, that's going to put us in a really bad situation.
Because they really don't know what they truly have at this moment. Being off 3 weeks,
right?
Yeah, you beat Duke 27-13. Okay,
ugly game.
You beat USL 52-9. All right, but you've been off for 3 weeks now. Been off for 3 weeks, so they really got to take advantage of that.
Yep. You and Chief Osceola Smoke Session, hit that like button, people. Hit that like. All right, so he'll get some more to Notre Dame.
Really, really freaking good, man. He is fast. He's physical. He's pretty instinctive. He has enough size, and he's like probably close to 220. And he's a player that I feel like will most likely be a problem for the Noles because A, it's hard to get him blocked, and B, Notre Dame is able to do a lot of creative stuff with him. He's never doing exactly what you think he's doing, or sometimes probably is. You're going to guess right once in a while, but like they're able to really mix it up. What they do with him, whether they blitz, whether he's in coverage, man zone, if he's playing a robber concept. Is he a skill guy? Are they throwing the ball to him? There's a lot of different stuff he can do. His versatility is a big-time asset for this Notre Dame defense, which, by the way, I probably should have said this at the jump, but Notre Dame is 5th in the country in SP Plus defense right now. So they're not just like pretty good. Like, this is a really good defensive unit without a whole lot of obvious weaknesses. And Owusu Koromoa is not the only stud they have, man. They got some guys at basically every level of this defense.
No, they do. I mean, the only question
hold on.
Well, another way you can combat that, bring me back my screens. I haven't seen this since the first game.
Right.
Run a couple of more screens.
Right.
But good enough to enhance your brand, save
eyes to the late cop. Really,
you want to call it, depending on scheme. Kyle Hamilton is more your traditional safety and really freaking good as well. A guy who's coming off an injury, but has some potential to be drafted in the first round or certainly the front half of the second round. The spine of the defense, really the entirety of the defense, is very good. If there's a weakness, I think it may be on the outside. I don't know that Florida State's particularly well tooled to exploit that at this point in time, but maybe, we'll certainly see. But just a really solid unit that Florida State is not up until this point all that explosive. And
so he said
I'm trying to be.
So he said on the outside. Well, the outside of they what? Offensive line? Is it a flaw? Yeah. What? What's going on? I missed something.
Say that again.
He said we can exploit some deficiencies in the outside. He's talking about the offensive line, isn't he?
I thought he was talking about the defensive ends.
Defensive ends. Okay, so we can exploit. Okay, on the outside. Okay.
Haters or pessimistic or anything else. I just don't think that's probably going to be changing a whole lot on Saturday night either.
I could agree with you. Like, there's a lot of things that Notre Dame does defensively that FSU's new offense is not particularly equipped, I guess could be the word, to handle. There are going to be some opportunities here, obviously. First of all, Notre Dame is not really seeing the extent of what FSU wants to do here offensively. So from that perspective, maybe it can help you. FSU has been a good scripted offense team so far. Very limited sample set, obviously. 3 games under Mike Norvell. 2 of the 3 games, their script came out and looked on fire. The one game, I think Rodemaker was just overwhelmed to be honest, there in his first start. So I have a hard time judging that necessarily. Hell, they got James Blackman to look pretty good when the team was on script, and he looked poor in the rest of the time. I think this is something that we need to say, but we spoke about how moving the offense to Jordan Travis could help you get some more wins this year. But Ingram, this is not a game that we profiled as particularly winnable in the preseason. I think you and I both had it as our second least likely win, second only to Clemson. And to be honest, the margin is fairly close in my mind, given that this game is at Notre Dame and FSU hosts Clemson.
Fairly close, and certainly drops off precipitously as to whoever. I think you had Miami, I had UNC, whatever. We had flip-flop. Man, look, we'll get into it, but here's what we knew 3 months ago. Their defense was going to be really good, and their offensive line was going to be one of the better units in the country. That's a tough combination for Florida State right now. So, like you said, we do think that there are games that installing this offense for Travis will give you a chance to win, give you a chance.
God dang it. Sorry, y'all. I don't know why it's doing it. This podcast is kind of dark, but it's honest. It's a lot of honesty. It's hard to listen to sometimes, but it's a tough, it's a lot of tough truth. What is it at 19?
If the offense is that bad, he better blitz. If they that strong, you better blitz. Put some pressure on them. I don't care how big they are.
If you can't, then I think and there's a decent chance you can't. If you can't run, have success on those early downs, this is where what we talked about last Tuesday Monday night. This is where it comes in. We didn't see Jordan Travis throw basically at all in passing downs. I think they only threw 2 passes on 3rd down at all when he was in there. There's a pretty good chance that Notre Dame is going to be able to force FSU into a lot of negative down and distance leverage situations where hey, go ahead and run it if you want. Like, you're not going to actually be successful. You may get some yards, but you're not going to get conversions on it. And where they're going to be playing pass, and Jordan Travis may be a better passer than I think, than you think, than the coaches initially thought because he was injured, than the last staff thought, than Louisville thought. But I will be surprised if he carves up Notre Dame in obvious passing down situations. I think you probably will be as well. So one of the things I'm looking for here is how much can FSU avoid those obvious passing situations. We were talking about punting against the Kansas City Chiefs and how it doesn't really – I don't know if you saw my tweet on this. Like, there's some good stats showing
let's go further.
it doesn't really – the actual state does.
4,100 or Knowles at can agree with that. I don't know, but it'll be fascinating to see what they look like. This is a team, and I know we're being repetitive here, only played 2 games, haven't played in 3 weeks. This, in many ways, is almost another season opener for them. So, you know, you can look at it from the standpoint that maybe they've had a chance to rest up, heal, install some more things, or the fact that they may very well have some rust on them. So I'm fascinated to see what their offense looks like. I could see where, you know, we might have a couple series here where there's a bit of a stalemate as both offenses try to find themselves. But how much would Notre Dame? How much would this? If we could upset this game right here, right? This game would be legendary. Think about it. Notre Dame wouldn't be mad about 2014 no more. They won't be mad about 2000 because they expect to blow us out this game, right? So they won't be mad about 2014. They'll forget about that quick if we was to win this game. Notre Dame gets going, and that's just going to be real tough for Florida State to stop. Ian Book is somebody that most of our listeners will be fairly familiar with. Pretty mobile quarterback, not exceptionally mobile, but good enough to create space and time for himself. Arm is good, but not exceptional. He sucks. It's kind of all those things that we just talked about as far as mobile and pretty well armed, and at the same time is kind of a game. What is it with Notre Dame never getting good quarterbacks? Why is that? Why can't this coach? He is a dick. Everybody knows he's a dick, but how come he can't never get no good quarterbacks? It is Notre Dame anyway, right?
Maybe it's the system.
Yeah, it's trash. Trash system. Run the ball, pass to the halfback screen, run the ball again, then run the ball again, and then a little quarterback run, and then punt. Manager and a compliment. Trash. They can't never get no quarterbacks there. None of them quarterbacks going to the NFL, I bet either. Hold on, let me go.
Last one was Crouch?
Maybe we don't.
What was that?
Was the last one Crouch? Or did you play at Nebraska?
That's Nebraska. Notre Dame hasn't had a good quarterback in
2 games. Listeners will be fairly familiar with. Pretty mobile quarterback, not exceptionally mobile, but good enough to create space and time for himself. Arm is good, but not exceptional. Is kind of all those things that we just talked about as far as mobile and pretty well armed, and at the same time is kind of a game manager in a complimentary mode or a complimentary expression. That's not the backhanded compliment that maybe some get. He's not going to give the ball away. Not a guy who makes a whole lot of stupid decisions. Just a good quarterback who is gonna sit behind that offensive line, both in the sense of throwing the ball and kind of rest behind that offensive line when he leans on the running game, and probably not gonna. If Florida State springs any kind of miraculous upset, I highly doubt it's because Book throws 3 interceptions or something like that.
Yeah, he doesn't really seem to put the ball in harm's way all that often. I mean, occasionally he'll have a bad game. But for the most part, he's a pretty good
average
college quarterback. I mean, he doesn't strike me as like an obvious NFL guy.
Average Notre Dame.
He's not somebody who's going to win a national championship at like a Clemson or a Notre Dame. You know, if you put him on some of those Bama teams that have won titles, you know, like could he be a Mac Jones for you? Potentially, sure. He's good enough to do what they do. He's not really good enough to elevate them from like their top 15 quality offense to, you know, like a top 3 or top 4 quality offense. I don't think, because he really doesn't put the ball down the field accurately very well. Or at least to this point in his career, he's not done that.
Well, Florida State, stop the run. Marv, Durden, stop the run. There you go. Stop the run. Offense, get first downs. Travis, we got a more dynamic quarterback than them, from what I'm hearing. Roll them out, run them, switch positions up, RPO, confuse them. They have no idea. They haven't been. They're 3 weeks tired. We win. So, but run, stop the run. Stop the run. That's it. Simple.
Hey, why is all our ex-players coaching somewhere else? I know this is totally unrelated, but I just came across Nate Andrews. He is coaching over at Tennessee. And he's trying to pick up a 4-star named Cody Jones.
Okay. Nate. I remember Nate, he was really good till he hurt his shoulder or something.
I like Nate as a safety, man. Nate will give you the business.
At first,
Nate and Chris Winkie over there in Tennessee.
At first, his freshman year, when we won the championship, yeah, but then we got that shoulder injury. He was terrible from then on. He was never the same. He would have been in the NFL right now if he ain't had that injury. The injury ruined his whole career. Damn shame. It was sad, man. But yeah, his freshman. You look at his freshman year. Yeah, he'll lay you the wood. He'll lay you down.
He's a bad dude.
But after that,
you know the position.
Yeah, but at the end, he looked so bad. By his second or third year, he looked awful, man, out there. So yeah, he coached. It's good, but he was gonna be in the NFL. But yeah, that injury got him. It's damn shame.
Well, I'm happy that he coaching though. I was just shocked though, but hey, go ahead and get your bag. Get your bag, Nate. Get your bag.
Yeah. Yep.
I've done a great job of it. You did mention the offensive line. Man, this unit is good. Like they are fun to watch. If you like good offensive line play, like Liam Eichenberg is an All-American. Aaron Banks, another senior for them. Jared Patterson is a young guy in the group as a junior. Tommy Kramer is a very good player for them at right guard. Robert Hainsey was an IMG kid, decent player. I don't think he's like the best player in the world, but certainly he might be the best player on FSU's line if he was in Tallahassee. So, just a very, very solid offensive line group for Notre Dame. It gets consistent movement at the point of attack. It plays together well.
That's all they do.
It pass protects well.
That's all they do.
This is, I don't know what else we want to say about this line. Like, they're going to have advantages, if not across the board.
All Notre Dame is a richer. This is funny. This is going to be funny. I didn't even think of this. My first idea when we saying this, I didn't think it would go together like this. So it's kind of funny. But Notre Dame is just a rich man's Boston College. That's it. You're gonna get the offensive lineman. You get an average quarterback. You'll get your, Boston College may get like 7+ wins. Notre Dame will get 8+ wins. So they're just a more expensive Boston College, but they're not like a elite program. They used to be back in the 40s. I don't get all this arrogance from them. I don't understand it. So it's just a rich man's Boston College. They're gonna have an average quarterback and a good offensive line that's not gonna win a national championship. That's it. Everybody knows it. The fans over there know it. They just don't admit it to themselves. They know they ain't gonna win no championship over there.
So maybe they're getting them wins just because they got Kelly over there. They're being praised. Let's say that they're being praised like they done something only because Kelly is there.
Yeah, politics. The fans know it's bullshit. They ain't gonna win nothing.
Our friends at
That's like Texas.
Liam Eichenberg
That's like Texas. That's like Texas A&M. Them fans know every year they ain't gonna win no championship. They know that every year. For 100 years they've known that.
American Aaron Banks, very good player for she's played all year, and honestly, I think it's the best offensive line on the schedule. I know NC State has been pretty good at times this year, but I don't know that totally buy them yet.
Cheer,
And I think it's
cheer
better than
for
Clemson's
old
offensive
Notre
line.
Lane.
I think it's the best line you'll see. I think it's memo to the defensive line and some of the guys that have been some of the larger frustration points for the season. Go out and play.
Okay. All right. I was going to ignore you, but we're going to have a little conversation. Yeah, right, man. I'm going to put you right on the screen. Everybody introduce yourselves to Jeffrey Francis. Jeffrey Francis. Jeffrey Francis. Who is your team, Jeffrey Francis? Who's your college team, Mr. Mouthy, that we've been done for years? Who's your team, Jeffrey? Because for you to say that, us being down for 2000
It's only been 3 years. It's only been 3.
3 years. We've been down for 3 years. Because in 2014, we went to the playoffs and lost. And in 2015, we won the Michigan Bowl, the Rose Bowl, Michigan. 2016 was the Michigan. And we only had like 3 losses. And 2017 is when it started, when we didn't make a bowl game. So 2017 till today. And if you want to go national championship, I can just go back to 2013 and say we won what? What's that, 6-7 years ago? That's not a long time. So who's your team, Mr. Jeffrey Francis, so we can compare? I bet you don't say it. I bet you shut up right now. I'll give you 5 seconds.
Don't say that, sugar. Don't put no sugar on the board. Don't put no sugar on the board.
He ain't saying nothing. Look at the troll. Look at the troll, Bussy. He ain't saying nothing. Look.
If you're scared, say you're scared.
He ain't saying nothing, Bussy. I was going to ignore it. But I said, okay. But go ahead. He ain't saying nothing. Look.
Done, down is the same damn thing. You
Done.
still ain't put a name up.
So from now on, your name is...
Like I say, he had to be sugar. Straight sugar.
Bussy.
Straight sugar cane.
Yeah,
okay. Your silence is answering everything I need to know.
Or run the real risk of getting embarrassed, and maybe you get, a performance from some guys who have their back against the wall. Maybe you see all these previews that basically are humiliating Florida State's defense and defensive line in particular for what they look like and what Notre Dame's offensive line has a chance to do to them. I don't know. I mean, it'll just be fascinating to watch and see if there's any kind of, what for or resolve or where some of these guys.
All right, so he's a pussy cane, as we all thought. Now, let's compare, shall we? How many years y'all been down? We've been down for 3. How many years y'all been down?
2020. Can I get a 2020? You got a 2020 on?
20 years, no ACC ring ever, and you over here talking. Bussy, shut up. I ain't gonna waste my time with that one. That's not even worth my time.
Try this, because if they don't.
All right, let's go back to our information. Because we ain't even talking about them at all. Never do. The game over with. Still, that's all they got.
You don't want us to start talking about Clemson. We go try to leave that alone. Y'all do y'all thing, we do our thing.
Yeah, they can't. They can't leave us alone. Like an ex-wife.
I told you, man. Them Hurricanes are like Dallas Cowboys, man. Every year they know their team is straight trash, but we go into the playoffs. We go get an ACC ring. We go get a national champion. Why they just can't never just settle, stay calm, let the game play itself out, and then rejoice and be rambunctious about yourself? But you got to do something first. Oh, man, let me stop. What we talking about, bro? What we talking about?
They stupid.
NC State's has been pretty good at times this year, but I don't know that totally buy them yet. And I think it's better than Clemson's offensive line.
Yeah. I think it's the best line you'll see. I think it's
all right, so you got a good offensive line.
To the defensive line and some of the guys that have been some of the larger frustration points for the season. Go out and play, or run the real risk of getting embarrassed, and maybe you get, maybe you get a performance from some guys that either back against the wall. Maybe you see all these previews that basically are humiliating Florida State's defense and defensive line in particular for what they look like and what Notre Dame's offensive line has a chance to do to them. I don't know. I mean, it'll just be fascinating to watch and see if there's any kind of, what for or resolve or where some of these guys' pride is. Because if they don't, and not speaking all coach cliche and everything else, but if you don't strap it on and buckle up and play to your best ability on Saturday night, you can get the hell. Hats and strong medicines
so far.
He hate Notre Dame too. I feel it.
You are hoping to play this game for a living.
He hate
at
Notre
the next
Dame
level
with a
had either injured or embarrassing years so far.
I hate him too, man.
This is a money game for Marvin Wilson. He's played poorly so far this year.
Yeah.
And if he comes out and balls out against Notre Dame, I think a lot of that poor play will be ignored or forgiven by the NFL. Say, okay, look, maybe he wasn't in the best shape to start the year, right? Maybe he was still finding himself with the new defensive scheme, whatever excuse you want to make for it.
We mentioned the history of this rivalry.
I
if you
hate
want to
this
label
team.
it a rivalry or
It's
a
not
series, certainly. And,
it's a
how we're
series.
Excited to pair with our friends at home.
He corrected himself. It's a series. It is not a rivalry between us and the P-Domes. It's not.
What you call
the P-Domes. It is not no comparison between our two programs. There is none. There is no comparison. It's a series. It's not a rivalry. It's a series. Just like he said. Notre Dame will never be on our level. That's why they hate us so much. That's why. They hate losing us, and they hate losing to us, and they hate beating us. Because you know what? No matter what happens in this game, our helmets are still going to be held to a higher claim. And they know it. That's why they hate us. They going to hate us. They going to beat us 80-0. They're going to be like, what about 2014? That's how, because they know that our program is on a whole higher level than theirs. Like Brian Kelly would take this job tomorrow if he could get it. He'd be right at Florida State if he could get this job tomorrow. He's at Notre Lane. You don't like them PP helmets. Goddamn, Jesus sitting up there in a Thunderdome somewhere, wiping the football players' feet or something. It's absurd.
Field, and we're thinking about the 93 game and stuff like that. If I tell you that the running backs maybe the best back they've had since Jerome Bettis or Ricky Williams, you think that's silly talk? I mean, he's a ridiculously good football player, and I don't just want to sit here and spew hyperbole about Notre Dame and their offense in particular, but Williams is a damn good back, and not just a great runner with the ball. Does some of the small things that you look for. Picks up the blitz real well.
He sounded like a cheap Jerome Bettis. Remember Jerome Bettis?
He was a beast, though. He was a beast.
Yeah, but I said a cheap one. I be careful. Hey, I be careful with my words. I be very careful with my words. I said a cheap Jerome Bettis. I didn't say Jerome Bettis. I love Jerome Bettis. I ain't putting that on this kid. Like, hell no, you ain't no Jerome Bettis. I saw what Jerome Bettis did to the Gators. You do that to the Gators, what Jerome Bettis did to the Gators, I love you too. I promise you. Oh my. I still have nightmares of Jerome Bettis. I was watching me and my grandma was watching Jerome. I remember this night. We was watching, it was Orange Bowl, Sugar Bowl, I don't know. Lou Holtz was there. We was watching the Florida Gators. Now we sitting there, I'm like, damn the Gators. I'm just gonna go for Notre Dame tonight. Jerome Bettis looked bigger than everybody on the field. I'm like, Grandma, look how big he is. She like, I know, son. Notre Dame always got big boys. And she said, we was watching the game. Grandma was like, oh, baby, they can't. Oh, those poor babies out there, they can't tackle this guy. He too big. He gonna hurt somebody. Grandma was feeling sorry for the swamp duck. He was running all over them. I'll never forget that game. God, Jerome Bettis was a beast.
Just a smart, intelligent player who I've been nothing but impressed with.
He has explosion. He is a tough runner between the tackles, despite the fact that he's only 5'9". I mean, they don't run a whole lot of A-gap runs, but he definitely is able to run.
Jeffrey, do I come in your house? See, that's why I can't stand about y'all. Do I come in your house and just rub, and you can just rub your feet all over my doormat? This is my freaking business my business here. That's what y'all understand, because y'all bunch of low-level thinking boys. Y'all just can't just be grown up, man. Like, it's a Florida State channel, but you gonna come in with these childish antics and be like, oh, I'm just playing. I ain't playing. That's you saying you playing, but it's my rules in my house. I'm not playing here. This is business. I pay bills with this. Low-level thinking boys. God damn, shut up about Miami, bro. God damn. We playing Notre Dame. Oh, goddamn hood month.
Between the tackle.
Damn.
Too much sugar, dog. Diabetes kicking in.
Rock. God damn. And then I'm the asshole. Oh, TURNTTALLY, he hates people. He. God damn, y'all so
Very
low
well.
level
Or at
thinking.
least to this point in his career, he's not done.
Low levels.
So
Intelligent player who I've been nothing but impressed with.
All right, here we go.
He has explosion.
This the end of it, and then we'll get to
the
recruiting.
tackles, despite the fact that he's only 5'9". I mean, they don't run a whole lot of A-gap runs, but he definitely is able to run between the tackles. He has the speed to get outside. He's a physical runner for his size. I mean, he's 5'9", probably 195.
Right, Drew.
He's a pretty serious
watching
player,
us.
And somebody who I think you'll hear his name called.
We losing. Y'all winning.
Night. I mean,
why you watching us?
There was a big time player coming into Notre Dame, and Chris Tyree.
They praying for our downfall, but it ain't gonna happen.
Recruit coming out, and he held off Tyree, and he's a really good. Like, this looks like an NFL back to me. So I'm excited to watch him. Kind of like watching him against other teams, but I'm excited to see him if she try to stop him.
It's that fake friend that come around that with a smiling face with a knife in your back. That's kind of shit. Oh no, we just playing, bruh. All that hood, man. I don't live in the hood no more. I got away from that crap. Y'all a bunch of crabs.
Right? Like, this is part of the journey back to the top potentially for the Noles, and we're gonna have to see how they handle Tyrone Williams. If there's one aspect of Notre Dame's team this year which has not been very good, I guess there's two, right? They've allowed explosive plays, which may not be sustainable, and the explosive plays they have allowed have been absolutely huge. And we know that there's a lot of random noise in like how big your explosive plays allowed are. You have some control over how many explosives you allow. You have less control over whether you allow like an 80-yarder or a 50-yarder. It's at some point it's just kind of there's some variance. So we talked about that part earlier, but they are not they're not very good at creating explosive plays on offense. This is kind of a
Notre Dame.
Like, despite the fact that we just talked about Tyrone Williams being explosive, and he is.
So Notre Dame's gonna have to go down the field. Look at this, Florida State. Look at this. Look how stuff is lining up for us. They 3 weeks haven't played a game. They have no passing game. Quarterback's ass. Okay. Oh well, he's average. Oh, good. Okay. Ass in my book. Running back's good. Offensive line is good. So what's that mean? They're going to have to run the ball. And offensively, they don't do chunk plays. It's all methodical. It ain't no,
long drives.
No long runs. The running back's not going to run the ball for 70 yards on one pop. It's all going to be he got to run 4, 6, 15, 8 for them to drive. The throwing game ain't going unless we do something real stupid. They're not going to air assault us like that, and it ain't going to get no long passes, right? They don't have it. And then, but on the defense, we just gotta be consistent and get some points on the board. We get some points on the board because their whole thing is going to be keeping the ball away from us, running the ball. Typical Notre Dame, just run the ball. We don't even have the ball the whole second quarter. Damn near. If we can't stop the run, that's all they're going to do. They're just going to test you. But if you put points on the board, that puts them in if you get up 7 or 10 on Notre Dame, that puts them in a horrible position. Their offense ain't built to come back on stuff like that. It's not built for that. They may, instead of being 10-0, before you know it, it's 35 to 7 because they doing stupid. They done threw 2 interceptions trying to do stuff they can't nowhere near do.
That's why you got to jump on them quick.
You got to jump on them quick. You can put Notre Dame in a real bad position. You get a lead on them. Because now they have to hurry up their offense. Oh, God, it could be disastrous. It could be disastrous. Hey, this is college football. I've seen worse. I've seen way worse upsets. This would be like an average upset in my lifetime. This would be average from what I've seen growing up. This would be an average upset. Be like, seen this one before. That's what kind of upset this would be tomorrow.
And it will only be considered an upset because we're already looking bad.
Yeah, and they got 20-point favorites. Come on. They were struggling with Duke, man. Duke was, come on. Bro, this would be an average upset. This would be average. I've seen way more legendary upsets than this.
Like, they're not really.
I think I'm going to just go to highlights. I think we heard everything we need to hear. Let's go to Shambre Jackson, the man of the hour. Hit that like button, people. Shambre Jackson. Was it Huddle? It'll be Huddle. All right. Let's go. I'm gonna show you how to know. I'm gonna show you how to know.
Many student athletes, COVID-19.
Mess around, Coach Atkins might get Coach of the Year, man.
Yeah,
for the team-wise.
Yeah, he doing real good, man. He doing real good. Alex Atkins. Shambre Jackson.
Remember, I was telling you earlier this week about the player from Tennessee, and you had one from Florida State.
Say it again. I'm sorry, I turned the music down.
Okay. Remember, I was telling you got two players that they want to play with each other, but they don't know exactly where they're going because one is committed to us and the other one is committed to Tennessee.
Oh, I saw that. Yeah, the two. Yeah, I played that Tuesday.
Yeah, Joshua Farmer.
Yeah, are we gonna offer both of them?
Well, Josh already been offered. He's committed, and the other guy is already committed to Tennessee. But
I see what you're doing.
They still trying to play together, and they still putting it out there as we gonna play together no matter what.
Yeah, so they're leveraging. Yeah,
right. So if we could get that other guy from Tennessee, hey, I'll take that because he's another defensive end as well.
But did we offer him?
I don't think so, not yet.
See, that's gonna let us know, and plus that's gonna let him know how bad you want him. That's called leveraging. So you'll be like, oh, you want me that bad? And she'll say, oh, okay, yeah, we here. Let's get it.
Just to get Josh. Come on, Josh. We'll take your boy.
Yeah, and it lets you know in yourself that they want you that bad that they willing to take your friend in the package. That's what Dalvin Cook did with Ermin Lane. Dalvin Cook said it's gonna have to be a package deal, Coach Jimbo, whatever your name is. If you want me this bad, hey, I want Ermin Lane with me on my team.
That's how Ermin came?
Yeah, you didn't know that?
No.
Yeah. Hey, I do my homework, man.
Ermin was pretty decent. He wasn't great, but he was pretty decent. But they didn't know exactly the way to keep him at because he kept going from defense to offense.
But that wasn't a hard package because Ermin Lane is a blue chip receiver. He's a high 4-star. almost a damn near 5-star in Miami. I think Miami. Yeah.
Yeah, he came from Miami. And he's still on Twitter representing the nose to the
Yeah,
foot.
Yeah, he's a high 4-star, damn near a 5-star on some boards. So that's not a hard package deal.
And we still got a shot at that boy Tyrone. I want to say Tyrone Malone out of New Jersey. He's a baseball player, DH, and a defensive tackle.
Yeah, Ermin Lane was a 5-star on some boards.
Ermin wasn't too bad. He could have had a better career, but he wasn't too bad.
He was a high 4-star on everybody board. He just, I don't know what happened, man. I don't know his speed. His speed wasn't there. I remember one Miami Hurricane fan, when I didn't do his channel, that's when he was recruited. But I still was heavy learning about recruiting and what's going on behind the scenes. And I remember talking to this Miami fan. He did the same thing. And that's how we would talk. We always be talking trash, of course, each other. He was a straight asshole to me. Like anything positive I say, he come. I'll be giving the players, his own players, props that from where he from. He be so mad that they going to Florida State that he takes it out on me. Straight bussy, man. So he'll be like, he talked bad about Matthew Thomas. He was a Matthew Thomas bust, but I was excited. I was talking him up, and then he was mad when I was talking up. He was mad we got Dalvin Cook, so he was mad automatically that we got that Ermin Lane in the package deal. So I was talking up. I said, "Oh, Ermin Lane a 5-star too." Oh, and he was like, "Oh, Ermin Lane slow. He ain't good. He overrated." Now I know he was hating, but at the same time, it turned out to be true too, though. It turned out to be true, but he ain't never say nothing about Dalvin Cook.
Well, it's a possibility it's a possibility we may get another running back from Miami.
He knew Dalvin Cook was good. He shut up about Dalvin Cook because he went to his high school game and stuff. So he that name never came up. I see why now, you damn demon.
Hey, we might flip him now. We might flip him. I'll take another running back because he say he thinking about not going to Miami because he said Miami is getting too many running backs in their class. So it's a possibility he could fall into our lap.
Okay. This is do y'all want to see more? Let's forget that. Let's go to Contravian Horgrove. There's a few guys we're looking at. Hold on.
That's that running back, right?
Yeah. Let's go to Keon Coleman. These are the names. These are the names that are gaining momentum. I'm gonna go into these names that are gaining momentum. These are the guys I'm chasing behind right now because they're looking like they're turning their heads towards us. If I see a decommit that week after, all right, Keon Coleman. I gotta see his highlights again. I haven't seen him in a while because I stopped paying attention to him. But now he's paying attention to us again, obviously. He decommitted from Kansas the other day. I'm like, dude, you really over us? Come on, man. He might have saw that Norvell offense.
Oh, he's a wide receiver.
He might have saw that Norvell offense coming together. It's coming together right now.
Why did I know you was going that route? Why did I know that?
Hey, maybe he saw that. I saw that too. My mouth was watering too. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I know it was Jacksonville State, but I saw it. I had a vision. I see it.
Have you heard something on Payson? Have you heard something about Payson? Wide receiver.
No. Nothing at all. So this is Keon Coleman. Hopefully y'all can see that clear. He came of fire. This is a hero.
Ooh, yeah, that's not a bad ACT score.
Hey, y'all forget about Chubba Purdy. That was some Altmaier. Y'all sleeping on. Okay, keep sleeping. Keep sleeping. The top 10 dual threat in the country. Yeah, okay. Keep sleeping on that one. On fire. That running Chubb's running ability is a beast. He's a Lamar Jackson. Good luck with that. Keeping that off the field. 2 runs of 4-4. Yeah, good luck keeping Chubb off the field. On fire. Yeah, okay. All right, let's get it. Can y'all see it?
He got some speed.
Yeah, he do.
Damn.
Yeah, boy, yeah. He was gonna go. He was Kansas. Remember?
That probably was his first offer.
Remember when?
Oh, nice route.
Remember when? I'm doing too many things at once here. Hold on. Remember when everybody was getting these commits but before this Corona thing when nobody could visit? Remember that when all these commits were going to these no lame ass schools for going anywhere?
Uh-huh.
I told everybody it's gonna be the most decommits in the history of recruiting because people are gonna visit and be able to visit later on, and then they're gonna see the teams that growing near the end of the season. It's gonna be a flipping party, of course. People got too up. I'm like, man, it's way too. Anybody that study recruiting knows it's way too early to even be looking at it. Like you can look for like for fun, well but it could drastically change like overnight.
That's why That's why Sugar's so happy. Because they say, you know what? The dead period is to January. So you know what? Let me just go ahead and jump on me a team right quick and see how things play out throughout the season. I can always change my mind later.
Right.
Because they got plenty of people just because of COVID. That's the only reason why they went to the Sugar. Because they can't go and look at nothing else.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Now our offense looking good. Now he want to decommit from Kansas. I'm like, I forgot all about him. I'm like, I stopped following you because you committed to Kansas? Really? You chose them over us? Kansas?
I think he just chose Les Miles more than Kansas.
Kansas?
I would say he did it because of Les Miles. That was why he did it. He didn't do it because of Kansas.
You left the beach in Florida State in the beach girls for snow in fat Kansas? I don't care. Those fat women gonna have to you have to date every fat woman you see over there to stay warm. God, there'll be a lot of them too.
It's cold.
You're a fat woman. That's all you gonna get out there. All right, here we go. Let's see if I don't like this tape, man. I could barely see him. I don't like this tape. Can we get a closer view? It look like ants. No, bro, I don't like this. Hold on, let me find them. They too little, man. God dang.
Where you pulling that from?
I got another one. I know. It was on Huddle. It's just the tape. It's just junior season.
Oh.
It's horrible.
Yeah, Huddle always have garbage tape.
I'm going to this is sophomore. So Keon Coleman, y'all.
It's looking like Marvin Jones might be falling back to us too.
Yeah, it's a.
But he don't come out to 2022 though.
Norvell offense was like, wow, okay, I see it. I see it, coach. Is this tape? This is a little better. I'll do this. Okay, here you go. I don't like this tape they got on him. They got him so tiny. We'll see. I want to see the hands. I want to see everything. Like, I can't see it. I'm getting frustrated. That's all right. Oh, he's strong too. Ooh, goodness gracious. 2 dudes. He wrapped both of them up. You about to Randy Moss him right here? Let me see. You about to Randy Moss him? Oh, they ain't really done. He just got the ball. What's up, Todd? Yeah, I saw that too. Yeah.
Call me Jonathan. Put my hand in the beehive honey.
Oh, yeah. I remember him. I remember that catch. That's some hands there. That's some talent stuff right there. Oh, yeah, he's big as hell too. I see him now.
Wide receiver room is gonna be wide open next year.
Oh, he's big. Yeah, see, that's why I want to see him up close. They be having I want to see a field view. Oh, he is big.
6'4", 6'5", 6'6".
I'll look it up. Man, he said throw it up before he was even open. He said put it up. What you waiting for? He pointed up. What you waiting for? Damn.
And this tape is on who again?
Keon Coleman. He decommitted from Kansas. We was right up on his ass to get him, and he chose Kansas. So now it's like, SpaghettiOs. He saw what Norvell did last week. I saw it too, Keon. I saw it too. Boy, I saw it too. Can you imagine what you could do with Chubba Purdy back there? Woo! Tamari Terry just started. Tamari Terry starting to get it.
You say he decommitted from Kansas, right?
Yeah. Let me get his.
He also had Oklahoma in the mix. Now, his recruiter at Florida State is David Johnson.
What's his height?
6'4", 200 pounds.
Okay.
6'4", 200 pounds, and he's from a Catholic school, but it ain't giving me the actual state. But he got a lot of motherfucking offers, though. I can tell you that.
Yeah, Norvell had an offense humming, man. Norvell had a bad start, man. I ain't making no excuses with no COVID. I ain't doing that. But he had a bad start with. God dang, he didn't even know who the roster was. Like, he don't even know who fit well or nothing. God dang. Did Willie Taggart win his first game? I think he did. Because Willie Taggart would have had the same kind of deal. Anybody that had a first-year coach would be in the same boat as Mike Norvell. That's why it's kind of interesting to see what Taggart's doing right now. All the first-year coaches, I would like to compare them equally, see what's going on. But, yeah, I know it'd be rough for any coach, though. It'd be rough for any coach. You don't even know your roster yet. You don't even know the kid. You've been there damn near, 2 months? You don't even know the kid. That's telling, though. The first day he come in, he kicked off one of the players. That's telling. He called cancer a malignant cancer real fast. That shit was malignant.
Off with his head.
He cut that cancer out quick. All right, here's a we can do. I got one. We can do one.
Oh Lord, stop calling me. I'm busy.
He's a linebacker. How you spell it? Johnson. And then we'll go ahead and wrap this up. It's the realest. It's the inside linebacker. The realest Jackson of Johnson. Johnson, yeah. Linebacker. I can't find him. The realest Johnson. Is it with a U? I can't remember. Huh. He visited Florida State.
Hold on. I'll be right back.
It's all right. Only got one more article to do, and then we'll ride on out. All right, it's in here.
Yeah, I was on a podcast.
We go a little deeper into recruiting, and then we'll wrap it up. Some good information. So just stick around for this article. Hit that like. Good information in here. Talk about this article. Should have went here first. I should have went to this article first.
You had 1 team. I need to see that. I need to see that. You should have had that printed out.
There we go.
Yeah, you can have it printed out.
You see that recruiting? Somebody put a recruiting article in here. Remember that? Oh, here it is.
We're going to check out the trailer. Oh, wait a minute. Downtown. Let's go check it here.
There you go. Get that light, people.
Don't get undressed. We're going to be leaving in a few.
Undermining envy, Dandy. Undermining envy. All right, here we go.
All right, sorry about that. I'm back.
All good. Florida State's success on the recruiting trail over the next 4 to 5 months will be extremely important to no avail. So here we go. We got that's the class. We know what we got. Byron Turner, blah, blah, Hunter White. I don't care who we got. As long as he evaluating them, I don't care about where they from, stars. I don't care about none of that crap. Because I just want to see Florida State win again. I'm going with who he picking. Bam. Good class. Nah. You got, okay, so you know about Luke Altmaier. Really good tape. We all love his tape. He looks good out there. He's growing. Alabama trying to buy him. So you know what he is. Everybody see it. They know what he is now. He's a star.
Hold on. My favorite recruiter. Well, not recruiter, I'm sorry. Go back down. Go back up. I'm sorry. Go back up.
Yep.
My favorite commitment. I have 2. Brandon Jennings and Travis Hunter.
Okay.
Those are my 2 favorites. Because that Hunter dude, oh my Lord. His ball skills as a DB and wide receiver is just ridiculous.
Here we go. Okay, so running backs. I don't care about quarterback. I know we good. Running backs, it's been solidified with Corbin. Blah, blah, blah. They want to add one more to the running back next season. So the top targets are Kajavion Hargrove out of Louisiana and Byron Cardwell out of California. So I'm assuming Byron Cardwell would be the second on the board behind.
And there you go. You got Thad Franklin, the guy I was telling you about that made decommit from the Sugar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's right there up under David.
Oh, because he's expressed some concern with the number of backs the Cans plan to sign. If things go south, look for FSU pretty much to flip him. Okay, we can look at some Thad Franklin. We can watch
I ain't even check out no tape on him. I can't even lie. Because you ain't here, you ain't committed, so ain't no need for me to be looking at you right now.
Right.
Hey, what up, bro? It's right there in front of you.
Oh, thank you. I'll bring it right back.
So we looked at Keon Coleman.
Hey, how you doing?
So we know what the wide receivers are. Let's see. So I guess you see this article. It's weird how this article comes up. Come on, man.
Now what happened? The refrigerator went out. So
okay. I guess that's it.
Or buy a new one. I said if I fix that part, something else might go.
Why it took me here?
I think fuck it. Let me just replace it. Get one new. I'm gonna get
to the Thad Franklin highlight.
So I'm spending it out and tell you later. Nah, it's there, but I couldn't make it through the back door because my back door.
Okay, we're gonna look at that, Franklin.
So
running back, I guess he committed to Miami.
Brown, put it in.
Looks like we'll end up getting him. But then you don't have enough.
I told him they just.
I don't know. He wants room. I guess he wants playing time.
Oh, that wide receiver JJ Henry out of Texas don't look too bad either.
That what?
We got another wide receiver on the board behind Destin Payson.
What, JJ?
Yeah, JJ Henry. He don't look too bad. He's a slot receiver out of Texas.
Yeah, I looked at him already. I think I got a video already made. I've done so many recruiting videos, man, all year, all season. I think I've done every single person we're looking at. It's so many I don't even remember the ones I did. Here we go. But I remember that name. So I'm like, yeah, I probably did a video. I see this tape. This is Thad Franklin. So right now he's committed to Miami. I guess
oh no, not yet. That's too much.
I guess
okay, bring it here. You want bring it here. She want me to show you something, man.
Okay. So
bring it here.
So I guess it's not that he just don't want to. It's too much. It's not enough roster spots for him to play. I guess he don't want to. I guess he want to play right away. That's not like what it is, but I'll take him. What's that? What's up?
Just telling the other pieces not on here.
It ain't physical. It's a work in progress. But she wanted me to show this to you.
That's nice. That's
nice. It's coming together. It's coming together. You feel me? Hold on. There we go. It's coming together. It ain't all the way complete, but you know, we getting there. I got my own spill over here, baby.
Yep, the creator. Hello.
Oh yeah, she want to get props. She the creator, and you all on the wrong side because it's right here. Yeah, she created a spear for me.
Okay. Cool. It's nice. All right. This is Thad Franklin. I don't know anything about this guy. Hold on. I just know he's Yeah, here we go. Let's look at his tape. I guess he out of Miami.
You gotta push play. Oh, it just ain't catch up. It ain't catch up. I'm looking at a different screen. You good? I got two screens playing at one time.
He's strong.
That's a big dude, man.
Yeah, he little, ain't it? Like maybe a little ETN. Hold on, let me. Little, ooh! Good God.
Choo, choo. Choo, choo.
Good gracious.
Oh, that was just ugly. And he did it with the forearm. That's old school running right there. Will, where you been at, Will? Welcome, Will. You in the building today.
What's up, Will? No blood wrong. I'm blessed. Why your haters keep mashing yourself? Don't want to taste as pure as the Tigris. In the fountain. Once my land was dry, sky made of copper. Now prophesying the demise of Gomorrah. A portion doubles on Sabbath day. Thanking Yahweh for everything that he made.
Oh. He got some nice cuts.
Yeah, you do.
And he got breakaway speed. Okay, we got a little something going on here. Oh man, you gotta flip that dude, man. If you can, you gotta flip him.
Thanks, Will. Thanks, Will. I'll play in a minute. Here we go.
Notre Dame. Oh.
Thanks, Will. He's a joy. He was behind the line. He is little. That quarterback little than he.
Boom.
Hit that edge. He go. Oh. Here we go.
Say it with the chest.
No.
Say it with the chest. That's a nice back, man, for real. It's no longer called Notre Dame. It's called Notre Lane.
Hey, we can beat them. I ain't worried about them. I ain't scared of them. Never know Notre Dame.
Just don't go up there and get blown out. I'll be all right.
Notre Dame?
Okay, I gotta put my score on the board. Let me see. I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna do. You know what? Hold on. Let me bring that back. I'll do that. I know this is a reach, but it is what it is. I'm gonna put it out there.
All right. Yeah, you putting your score up? Oh, you put it up there. Okay, hold on.
Ooh.
Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
I know that 13 is a reach, but hey, 3 weeks layoff, play aggressive. It may come to fruition.
Let me put yours up. Okay. I don't know. I have no score.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to kind of judge this game.
I just know we can win the game. I know we can win, and I won't be surprised if we did. Put it that way. I won't be surprised if we won this game, and I wouldn't be surprised if we lose either.
Oh, I didn't know Notre Dame was supposed to come to us this year.
I'm just not. Oh, really? They trying to run under the Jeebus Pete on. See, See how they did?
I told you last week.
Their borders should be shut.
They are praying. They are praying for Florida State downfall. They want us to look really bad on national TV. You got us playing the same time as them damn sugar canes. And then we got to turn around and play North Carolina next week in another night game. They praying for our downfall. But it might be a blessing in disguise. We go in there and show out, and then the nation can be like, you know what? Them boys is really doing something. It ain't all together, but they got something special going on over there.
Yeah. Yeah, look, they should be the P Dome, the Mormon Dome should be borders should be shut.
Are they having fans in Notre Dame? I haven't heard nothing. Do they even have fans there?
Pandemic Dome, the Thunderdome. They got nothing but the coronavirus. That's all they got up in there.
But they're not letting fans in, are they?
I don't know. They trying to give us the damn virus.
Hey, I like that score, AD. I like that score, AD.
42. It
I
might
like
be
that
worse.
score, AD. That's a good score right there.
Might be worse than that. Might be worse. Yeah, touchdown pieces. Touchdown pieces. Oh man, but yeah, man, it'd be a good game. I'm kind of excited. I can get up for a Notre Dame game. I can get up. It was hard getting up for the Jacksonville State. I can get up for a Notre Lane game.
You gonna be live tomorrow?
Yeah, the whole game.
I couldn't join you last week, man, because I didn't get to see no Jacksonville State game, so I couldn't come in and comment about anything. They didn't even air it down here at all.
Mm-hmm.
But I will be joining you fourth quarter.
Yeah, I did get a lot of people came here because they couldn't find a game on TV, and I had it on. I found a stream somewhere. Luckily, I could watch it. But I had
you actually watching it? I thought you was doing it by radio.
It was a radio. Yeah, I think it was an FSU radio. Was it radio app? I got so many schemes and games. I got the cheat codes.
Hey, I'll talk about that black book later. We'll talk.
I got so many cheat codes. It's not a 10-second conversation.
Oh, I know that. That's what I'm saying. I agree with you.
That's not a 10-second conversation. I done found so many loopholes and backdoors.
I don't know why. I should have tried my Fire Stick, but I didn't even think about it.
I don't pay for nothing. So I had the game sitting there right in front of me watching it. And many people was at work. You know, people get frustrated, like, damn, my internet out. Not my internet, but, so I was convenient for a lot of people because one thing I was noticed, there was a lot of people in there. Because I think it was a radio station game. So they thought I was watching the game on the phone, but no, I'm just helping you out. And I noticed I was helping a lot of people out because every time I started talking about the game that I'm watching, be like, shut up, we can't hear what's going on. I said, oh, my bad. I didn't know that. Okay, I get it now. It kept telling me to shut up and be like, I could talk, but if I start talking a little too much, somebody be like, it'll be like a stranger. It'll be like, okay, I appreciate him being here, but he just doing this because he need me. But he'll be like, hey, I can't hear. Hey, talking, stop talking. I'm trying to hear the game. So I said, oh, my bad, I'll shut up.
Oh, so the people that was with you, they couldn't even hear the game.
They can hear it perfectly. Oh, when you came to if you click on the last Jacksonville State game, you can hear everything perfectly crisp. Wow. It's like you watching the game. So I had that. So I'm gonna do that from now on. That's a service. People will watch to do that. That's a service for free. But I'm watching the game right there in front of me as well. And they were like, they thought it was so crisp, the sound. They thought that was the game. They're like, can you turn your screen to the game? They're like, damn, we can't get this game anywhere. But I tell you what, I'm in Australia and I'm getting the whole goddamn thing.
I was hot, man. Trust me, I was hot. I couldn't watch that game.
I'm in Australia, and I ain't missed one snap of that game. And I'm in Australia now.
And I'm right here in Florida, so you should feel my pain.
Wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. They just blacking us out like that? Goodness gracious. That's called a blackout. And then I had to change streams. Was it the Miami game? I think it was both games. I had to change the streams because Miami was beating us bad. They switched the game. So I had to scramble and find. I'm live. I got to scramble while I'm trying to keep the show moving.
Yeah, because they will jump to another game real quick.
Blacked us out. And then the last week, they blacked us out when we got up. See, when we was down 14-0, they weren't blacking a goddamn thing out. But as soon as we got up comfortably, I had to change streams.
What?
They be doing us dirty like that. They be doing us dirty, boy.
I told you, they don't want that spear to be lit, man.
They be doing us dirty, man. Hey, you see how they did? Hey, you saw how they did my Bucks last night? Boy, I was hot.
Oh, so you don't know it's so
red hot. You saw that third quarter?
You got 6 rings, but you don't know what down it is.
Oh,
and you took a touchdown back from a running back, even though Mike scored the very next play. But still,
hey, we was on. They always do this to Tampa on night games. They're the ones to shine in front of the nation. They're the nation watching, so they're the ones to shine. They do this to us all night, and they be like, "Oh, Tampa has a problem winning night games." Nah, Look at that. I was mad. I knew we was gonna lose when they called that pass interference. That phantom call again, another phantom call. When they called that pass interference, I knew right there we was gonna lose. We was up by we should have been up by 20 points.
Oh yeah, easily.
We had a better offense. We had more yards, everything. We had stronger defense, most sacks. We had 2 interceptions. Brady threw none, and we lost by a point. And we had 11 penalties. Now I don't know who Brady getting mad at. I don't know if he was getting mad at the players.
Offensive lineman, because his offensive lineman got what happened? He went and headbutted somebody.
Look at this. See it, Shannon. Look at this. Thanks for coming. Hit the light. Look at this. So you got in the third quarter, right? This is the drive that got me red hot. I know you know which one. So all we need to do is get up on the Bears by 2 scores. Game is kaput. Their offense is trash, bucket juice. So all you need to do is get up by 2 scores. Game is over. So right when we get in that red zone, the referees start sticking their nose all up in our business, didn't they? As soon as we got in that red zone, about to get up 2 scores, you got the balls already in the air. On the other side of the goddamn field, you got what's his face, Mike Evans, pushing a cornerback. I don't know. He was in his way. He pushed him. He had nothing to do with the play whatsoever.
That's why they called that, because he pushed him. He pushed him after the play, though.
The ball was in the air already. Over there. And that got a 15-yard penalty. Right? Then we got another 15-yarder. So now it's I don't know, 1st and 30. I didn't even know. Hey, then we got some more calls when they hit Brady dirty or whatever, like they was doing anyway. They hit him dirty, and it got off. I'm like, oh, are we gonna? I bet you we don't get that. What? It's offset with something else. Offset. We didn't even get nothing. They offset it. And then, what was after that? Bro, it was 1st and 30. They already made. Oh, when I realized we came from all the way from the 20, and then we was all the way on the other. The referee flipped the whole goddamn field.
And all you needed was a field goal.
They flipped the whole field, and then you got ESPN spinning it. Oh, Bucks were sloppy. Oh, but right after the game, I saw one of y'all talking heads. He said, he showed that pass interference call. He's like, this is ridiculous. I mean, referees. Yeah, what he's saying was the same thing I was saying. Why are you taking a good display of football, professional looking game and taking it away from us fans who pay you money? We got to see this crappy ass product of referees throwing flags every other play instead of watching the dudes play. Why the referees on TV more than the goddamn players? I was getting red hot.
It's twofold.
And then when they threw that pass interference on us, that wasn't a pass interference. I knew the game was over. I said, okay, so this is how the referees want this to end. We was up by what, 2 points? I said, oh, this is all set up. They always do this to us.
That's the game within the game.
They always do that to Tampa.
Now you seeing that it's the game within the game.
Is this a Florida thing?
Because if he was in Tampa, if he was still in New England, it would have been good to go. It would have been no problem.
Brady wouldn't get nothing. You know what I said during my live stream yesterday? I said, I thought, you probably know where I'm going. I thought Tampa would get the benefit of the doubt, and we could get away with some things because we got Mr. Legend Jesus Christ, Tom Brady. I learned very fast last night. They don't give a goddamn who quarterback at Tampa. They do not care.
They looked at that situation. They say this dude is about to win this game, and he don't have all his people. We got to get this game from up under him. They can't go 4-1. They ain't gonna let that happen.
Boy, our defense was putting our foot all up their ass. Our offense was putting their foot all up there, and we didn't even have our starting receivers. Mike Evans out there running on one leg. Gronkowski, his old ass, he do one good play, he done for the game. His ankle's gone. We ain't got nothing, and Brady is picking them apart, eating them for lunch.
But a lot of those passes Brady was throwing too, though, was into the ground. Yeah, everybody ain't gonna go down to the ground and just catch those balls, Brady. So you need to put them on them. But I'm going to cut you off. I got to make this happen. I got to take a shower right quick and make a run. So
I will never give Brady one more thing. This is a response to what you said. I'm gonna go to. I will never give Brady any flack. You know why? Because any mistake he makes, you got to add about 3 drops to that mistake. These receivers been dropping balls. So any mistake Brady make 3 times, multiply that times 3, and that's how many balls our receivers been dropping every game at least. And I mean touchdowns too. Our receivers been dropping touchdowns. Brady is not the problem. Brady is a winner. I saw it.
Now you got to play Green Bay next week.
Check this out. Brady still, even through all this, Brady still should have won this game. You don't hear me though. This is how good he is.
Oh yeah,
I saw it away. I'm like, he's this good. Look,
they took it away.
It's 3rd and 30. 3rd and 30. We got to get to the end zone to win. Brady,
all you needed was a field goal.
Hey, wait, it don't matter. This is even after all the cheating, let me finish. Even after all the cheating, it was 3rd and 30. Brady had to score in that 3rd quarter to win the game. He chunked that bitch all the way down the field. Mike Evans had his corner beat by a good 8-9 yards. The ball was right there. Mike Evans couldn't find the ball.
Oh yes, you are right. Yeah, he looked this way.
Oh,
he looked that way.
Brady still was gonna win that damn game. Brady's a dog. I saw it in him. He's a dog with a quarterback like that in the playoffs and our defense. Forget about it. Y'all better get your flags ready.
We got Green Bay next week.
Get your flags ready in playoff time. Get your flags ready and try and cheat us like you did the Saints that one year. You ain't gonna be able to do it. Try and cheat us with Tom Brady back there. Good luck. Good luck in the playoffs, Chicago Bears. Let us meet the Chicago Bears in the playoffs. Let us meet them in the playoffs.
I'll see you tomorrow afternoon. Let me go make this happen.
Thanks, bro.
I'll see you tomorrow afternoon. Well, tomorrow night, rather.
After the game, after the victory. Peace.
I'll let you know how it went, too.
Peace.
All right.
Peace. Peace. Get your flags ready.
Hey, hit the shower for me, baby girl, please.
Peace, y'all. Peace, peace. Keep it chopping! That's the wrong one. Wrong one. Chop it up! Simba, no! Don't cut raw! Don't cut raw! Wave your hands up and down like a seesaw! And breathe. Forget that! Go! Go! Beat Notre lane! Beat Notre lane! Peace, y'all. Chop it up. Chop it up. We don't give a fuck. Put your hands up. Peace, y'all. Going live tomorrow. Let's have a good game. Go Notre. Bam. That's live with 8,000 people, y'all. I never heard this before. I'm looking at the visual. Wow, it's unbelievable. There's about 80,000 people. Let me play that for y'all. Ooh, before the Miami game in 2015. Goodness gracious. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna like this. I'll play this out. Then I'll leave. Watching. Y'all gonna like this. Before Miami game. 2000. We must have put our foot up there. Yeah, that's it. Watch this. Let me put my speakers on. Woo, goodness gracious. Let me put my speakers on it so y'all can get the full effect. Good God. Good God. Who bring it to your no blood raw like that? Peace.